Okay, well, it looks like we should be live. I don't think this is going to be a long broadcast. I just wanted to talk about how weird things are right now. Um, that's what 4chan did for me. It gave me a pulse of the world. And the pulse of things right now is just more agitated. I'm noticing a lot of, it feels like manufactured anger from the Democrats. They rode out the person, O'Donnell, and I don't even know why the Democrats use her. I think just because she makes people's skin crawl. Um, have you noticed that the Democrats, all their spokespeople are Hollywood? They're not people who do anything for a living. They're professional. I mean, if you're an actor, which is not an easy job, of course not. Like to memorize all those lines, I don't think I could do it. Um, I'm not sure. I wanted to be like involved with Hollywood behind the camera. I don't think I ever really wanted to be an actor. Um, when you grow up in Los Angeles, it's like literally everything people talk about. Los Angeles in the 70s and 80s was aerospace and Hollywood. Anyways, people from Hollywood in general are not, I mean, to be an actor is really a fait accompli. It's not an easy thing to do. It's like being a gifted, oh, that's the other thing that made Los Angeles musicians, rock and roll. Actually, a pretty great place to grow up. Um, so it's hard to be an actor. But if you distill actors down to their core, they're professional liars. That's what they do. They assume a character and they tell you a story. These people aren't attorneys. They're not doctors. They're not scientists. They're just gifted actors, gifted liars. And so the Democratic Party surrounds themselves with these liars because somebody must have done some research that it's easy to trick people who are hypnotized by television. Oh my God, my favorite actor. Be quiet, honey. I want to hear what he has to say. These people are nobody. They're never going to do anything for you. They're elitist. You got a flat tire, they're not going to help you. So this culture of celebrity, you need to realize it's a type of hypnosis. And the more scarce they make the actor, the more people want to learn more. If the actor is always available, like Robert De Niro, I liked Robert De Niro in his movies, except his career has been ruined for me because now when if I see him doing any acting, I think, oh, there's that scumbag with terrible politics. He's really just a piece of shit. Maybe he's always been a piece of shit, but I didn't realize it. Previously, I just could just appreciate him in the role he was playing. But now, with his garbage politics, I find him absolutely disgusting. Um, that's the other thing is like most of the time I don't want to say anything bad about people because I don't think it's polite. And the Democrats cross that line. They'll, I mean, they're vicious. They'll say all kinds of things. They'll dehumanize people and make up things that don't exist. They're ruthless. This is what the teachings of communism did. Anyways, I've noticed a lot of vitriol coming out of the Democrats. I'm also not happy with the Republicans. They're not demanding Donald Trump keep his promises. He said at least he's trying to pump the brakes on the war with Iran. Yeah. Did you see that Frankenstein guy, Fetterman? What a huge sack of shit he is. Thinking we should just go to war? He's fucking nuts. He's nuts. So, like, they've turned up the volume. Maybe the volume was at 3, and now the volume's at 9 for the crazy shit. So somebody's planning something. And 4chan, yeah, yes, websites can be hacked, but websites can be put back. And the very fact they're not putting it back tells me this was planned. Stormfront, a website I could give it 2 shits about, was just taken down also. But the tranny farm is still there, Kiwi farm. At least people have identifications over there, so that's good. And it definitely seems like a containment zone. I found a new 4chan clone. Let's see if I can pull it up for you. It's got a cute name. It's 4cheese, number 4, CHEESE.org. 4cheese. It loaded pretty fast, and there's a little bit of traffic. I've been searching at X on the search feature just the words 4chan, number 4chan, and wow, there's some pretty unhinged people on here. Yeah, pretty unhinged. One lady said, she was like, "You 4chan people, how could you like that place? Oh, I'm happy to meet you in a parking lot with a baseball bat." And I said to her, 4chan warned me about ladies like you. April 23rd. Summer's coming, people. I guess in England they're talking about lowering the heat or the sunshine, and they're going to put some aerosol in the air. I kind of support this idea. If we can put some art, like I was like, I guess that could work. Like I was like, okay, what is summer? Like June, July, August, 90 days. Some airplanes zigzagging up in the air, putting up some clouds. That actually could, I mean, it'd be millions of dollars a day, but the government wastes millions all the time. So it sounds plausible at a certain level. Terraforming. What else do I want to talk about? Oh, I watched a Freemason thing tonight. A guy who was a 33-degree Mason, and he was a member of the the Church of Satan, and it's pretty dark. Then I saw Ian Carroll on Danny Jones for 12 minutes, and he was talking about the satanic church. And this one man whose family were Satanists, and as a boy he was tortured every day and in New York, and his parents, who were members of the Church of Satan, made him do death battles with other children his age. So it was like Hunger Games, but they would, like, in a basement somewhere, he would fight other children to the death, and he's murdered many children, but he was also a child when he did this murdering. Maybe Donald Trump should look into this. I mean, the FBI knows exactly where all these people are. The FBI got in trouble because one of their FBI undercover guys was also molesting children. What's the motto over there at the FBI? You got to molest some kids to save some kids? Like, this is why we need a death penalty for these fuckers. Who, I just showed up and immediately heard you talking about Satanic Church. What's going on, Wayne? Oh, I watched some video with Ian Carroll. I'm going to try to post it to my YouTube. Different topic. My friend, or not my friend, Matt Armstrong. I love his channel. He repairs broken cars. He's making $20 million a year. Okay, I just found it. I'm posting this to my Twitter. It's pretty dark. Yeah, because I had watched before Ian Carroll, I watched a half hour of a 1 hour. I saw about a year ago, I watched a video from a woman who was about 50 or 60. And when she was a girl, her father was a Freemason and she was in New Zealand. And her grandma basically pimped her out at a very young age, like between ages 5 to 10. And that these politicians would come there with their bodyguards, and then the guys would rape the women. So the Freemasonry at the highest levels is satanic they believe in Lucifer, and not everybody gets to be a 33-degree Mason. Only like Hollywood celebrities and politicians. They open the door for you because they're going to blackmail you. So when they open the door for you to become a 33-degree Mason, you're already happy to be there because you've been a pedophile for years. The upper echelons. He said there's the way the Freemasons work in America, there's something called the Blue Lodge. And like 80% of the members are at the Blue Lodge level, which is to like 3rd-degree Mason or something. And then it splits into 2 sections. One's called the Scottish Rite and one's called the York something. York Passage or York Rite. And then at the 22nd degree of the York Rite, you get the Illuminati certificate or something. I don't know. I only watched half of it. I'm like, what? Oh no. And that they don't consider Freemasonry a religion, but the guy who was telling this story, who was a 33-degree Mason and a witch and a member of the Church of Lucifer, he's like, they're very much a religion, but they if they call themselves a religion, then they wouldn't be able to get Christians to join them if the Christians really knew what the fuck was going on. So, and then he said, because he was a member in the 60s, he said in the 60s, there was a lot of doctors and attorneys because you couldn't advertise in the newspaper or the yellow pages, apparently. So they joined the Freemasons in droves so they could refer business back and forth to each other. I put it on my Twitter, which is my new Twitter. is Bright Chan, BRIGHTCHANORG. But if you were a member of my old Twitter, Governor Lambright, then you're now a member of Bright Chan org. So that was a little dark. Donald Trump is like, they're kind of a narrative I was hearing today that Trump's going after the deep state. Well, who the hell do you think the deep state is? The deep state's Israel. Trump is not going after Israel. Trump's just telling people what they want to hear. Like there's a lot of corruption. Maybe what Trump should do is come up with a federal employee whistleblower package. And what's that thing when you witness protection program? So witness protection program, whistleblower, and like $5 million. So there's plenty of people in the government who know all the shady shit going on. But they've got Stockholm syndrome and they don't want to tell on their buddies. But their buddies are raping children, selling drugs. I mean, they're doing all kinds of super illegal things. It's never going to get fixed. Don't worry about it. Nobody's going to fix it. And so they're going to, like, there's just a lot of chatter. And Trump's not going to do anything. He's going to start a war. That's my guess. My guess is, they prepared 3 cities for nuclear bomb attacks. New York City had public service announcements, and they're really good. It's a woman. She's outside. She's like, a nuclear bomb just went off. You got to get inside. Shut all the doors and windows. Take off all your clothes and put it in a bag. Make yourself to the bottom of the building, to the center of the building, to the basement. They did billboards in public spaces like train stations and bus stations in New Jersey. They did nuclear bomb detonation drills in San Antonio, Texas for a dirty bomb. And then they had television commercials for nuclear bombs going off in Ventura, California. That's all I know about it. They could have done it in other cities, but there's 4 cities that have been prepared for a nuclear attack. So if it happens there, they told us. Screaming Mad Bob. Well, you can send me stuff on Twitter if you want. I'm not hiding that. Let me see here. I had an acquaintance try to recruit me to the Freemason when I was around 21. Got a bad vibe, said no. I basically never saw the guy again after him. Oh, damn it. My screen is so tiny. Like I'm just trying to move it up, and then it said hide, and I basically never saw the guy again after trying to pretend to be a good friend. Well, I would say that, so the 33 degrees, think of those as 33 grades. Like we go to the first grade, the second grade, the third grade, or the third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth grade, right? So you can stop at whatever level you feel comfortable with. It's, I think there's probably 80% of the Freemasons are probably good people. They also said that the guy who was a 33-degree Mason and Church of Lucifer, that they also were Mormons, that they hung out at the Mormon church to be under the radar because Mormons are considered good people. these are the guys getting away with it. I don't know. What's the bad news here? America's dead. That's the bad news. Sorry, young man, I got some bad news about your parents. What happened? They were in a car wreck. Mom and dad gonna be okay? Well, they're dead. Like literally, America dead. America ain't coming back. Dead. With the Democrats beating the drum of war as hard as they are, I've been throwing some sticks on that fire, and I'm like, it's time to secede. You can't let Orange Cheeto destroy your state. I haven't said that yet, but that's coming. Okay, so I want to talk about the balkanization of America, and I can't take credit for this idea. You're gonna who's to blame, Wayne? Jeffrey Mishlove, and Jeffrey Mishlove is a soft-spoken Bay Area, Berkeley intellectual psychologist, and he interviews all these really cool people, especially with remote viewing. And he's very much like a hippie. I bet you he's smoking a fat joint right now. I really like his channel, Jeffrey Mishlove. So he interviewed his friend who's a big remote viewer, and his friend runs a think tank of like 100 remote viewers. And he said, okay, guys, I got a new project for you. Can you remote view like the next 10 or 15 years? So by the year 2040, America has been balkanized. And there's like 7 or 8 regions of America. It doesn't exist the way we know it today. And so that's why I put it on my campaign promises. Might as well get the ball rolling. Like, fuck Washington, D.C. They don't give a shit about us in California. None of this is working, man. We're too big. We've got too much red tape. Too many people who you can't fire them because there's no, like, it would cost you too much to fire them. You got to give them a golden parachute kind of thing. And it's the war machine. The war machine is like a vampire, and it just sucks the money out of America. And these fuckers, they don't follow laws. They just murder people. They don't like you, you're dead. So we simple people, we have no power anymore. So we can just pray that states secede, and we have a divorce from the federal government. Every state goes to a gold-backed currency. We get rid of central banks and private banks, and you make your own money. Maybe even fucking outlaw banks. The government's a bank. I'm not this passionate. I mean, I'm not like passionate about it, like where I'm going to go start recruiting people, or I'm actually really worried about World War III and a nuclear exchange. So I'm thinking about moving to northern or eastern Oregon or northern Nevada. That seems to be the cheap place. Also, the northeast corner of California. Pay attention to this. All right, Screaming Mad Bob. I'm not going to go read your stuff right now. So, write it on paper and give it to me later. It's not that big a deal. Anyways, California Pines. Remember Paunch from Chips? Well, there's a development, a failed development. And a development is where they take hundreds and hundreds of acres, and they turn it into streets and lots. And you can buy a lot of land for $5,000, and the homeowner fees are only like $300 a year, and it's by a lake, and it's pretty. It's also pretty remote. There's no jobs for like 200 miles, so it's just for retired people. But nice place to live. California, you can grow your weed. Is Wayne CIA? No, I'm not CIA. Or are CIA trying to stop me from talking to me? Oh, somebody deleted your messages? Well, how can you message me? Well, are you a friend on Twitter? I don't get messages deleted on Twitter. What's your Twitter account? I'll friend you, and then you can send me a direct message on Twitter. I'm sure. I don't think the CIA gives a rat's ass what I have to say. I think Mossad does. Are you Lemons? Those people, I mean, whatever they're planning, I have no words that could stop them, nor am I trying to stop them. That's what I'm trying to ask. What are the winters like there? A teeny bit of snow, a teeny bit, like maybe 3 or 4 inches for a month. It's not bad at all. I lived in Mount Shasta. Fucking cakewalk. Hardly even wore. I wore my just my real tree camouflage jacket. Like, no big deal, man. Like, it never got below 10. McLeod. You got to go on Zillow and look at the property by McLeod, by Mount Shasta. Weed. There's tons of homes you can buy in Weed lots for $5,000. So, the CIA, it's not a secret. They run the global drug trade. And I think that's good, because if we don't run it, somebody else will. So by us managing the global drug trade, we know who everybody is, and we can monitor it. You can't get rid of crime. It's just not really possible. So you kind of gotta manage it. And what is organized crime? To me, it's a really smart person just 2 college classes away from their master's degree in business, but decides not to get that, and they go into business anyways. And they choose to go into business and break the laws. They don't want the red tape. They're filling a market that needs to be filled. I still think we should legalize the drug trade, at least in America. Just every drug, whatever. Legalize it, and then the drug kingpins would be making lots of money on the stock market. They'd probably be 10 times more wealthy even after they paid taxes. They'd still be living, they'd be multi-billionaires. But some of them just like they probably just like the whole life of being an outlaw. Like, I really enjoyed running for president. It fed my ego, and there was a small chance something could happen. I overlooked there was a big chance nothing would happen, and here I am. A big chance nothing happened. So I'm moving on with my life. I'm going to start doing something else. And also, like, X and YouTube, totally gamed platforms. My popularity is zilch. I just feel like they're throttling me or something. You get these, like Joe Rogan, David Icke, the guy who believes in lizards, which I believe the dracone lizards. They're lizard people. They're like 8 foot tall. and he says they run the world, I believe him. And that's not code word for Jews. He really means real lizards, dangerous lizards, like with alligator teeth. Hold on a sec. Let me get some chicken. I found the new chicken that's really delicious. It's boneless chicken thighs. I get really lucky at Walmart, but I got like the expensive chicken. They got the cheap chicken, and they got the expensive chicken. And this is the expensive chicken, like no hormones and stuff like that. I got it for like $5 off, and it cost me $8. That's like 40% off. Mmm. I'm not sure I have anything else to say. Well, what's your screen name? We're probably not friends. You can reply to one of my posts. Look at my second post says dark. Why don't you say hi? Then I'll friend you, and then you can DM me. That's how it works. I want to show you. I'll show you how I make my lemonade. This is my honey. Okay. Here's my water. I have to go get another jug of water. So I poured some water in with the honey. You probably can guess what's coming next, right? Now I poured this into my cup. Infused with honey. Put the cap on, of course. And then get some of my Lucy's lemon blend. It's filtered water and lemon juice concentrate. Shake it up. Pour about an inch in here. All right. Then I get more water, and then I just got lemon honeyade. I just made up that word. Lemon honeyade is delicious. Let me go get some water. I'll be right back. Hey. I'm out of bottled water, so I had to get a cup. I got a 255-gallon drums, those blue ones. So I have my drinking water in there. Oh, I'm pretty serious about the move. Jessica's trying to. Oh, you scared me, big guy. What are you doing? Look at this guy. He's like the stick. He's a stick creature. You want to be on the internet? He literally looks like a twig. Yeah, you're okay. Jessica's trying to set me up, play matchmaker with this woman she knows. I'm happy to get in a relationship. She wants to live off grid. Mm-hmm. She's got a lot of money too. Her husband just passed and left her 10 homes. 10. So she's in the process of selling her homes. And she wants to live off grid. Sounds good. I haven't even met her yet or talked, but we're in the process. So I'm interested in growing alfalfa. Why alfalfa, Wayne? Well, cows got to eat. Horses got to eat. It's a grass. I'm sure it's not easy. Oh, it sounds easy. No. None of this stuff is easy. Yeah, you can grow a little bit, but if you want to get big yields, you're going to have to do certain things. You're going to have to fertilize it properly. You're going to have to irrigate it properly. There's magic to, oh, that's so cute. There's magic to all these things. The stick bug is crawling up the speaker to a really high place. Can you make it? Oh, I helped him get to the top of the speaker, and then he went to the wall, and then he fell down like 3 feet. Hey, $2. Thank you. Oh, yeah, I've grown lots of weed before. I grew it in Guerneville. I had a medical license, which allowed me to grow weed. And I'm actually, well, you start off, it's not so good, and then it's like exponential learning curve. Probably one of the hardest things to learn was cloning. Let's have a discussion about weed. So there's a place called Dark Heart Nursery, and it's a Northern California thing. I think they don't even sell to the public anymore. For a while, you could buy top shelf genetics, like any of the names of the marijuana, like Girl Scout Cookie, Blue Dream, Jack Herr. You could get those genetics and a clone for $10. So what I did was I bought a bunch of those and grew mothers, and then I took cuttings and I used the rock wool and a heating pad and a cloning formula and having new razors and wearing gloves in a sterile environment, and it worked out really good. And a lamp. You got to get it all just right. The rooting formula, that's a big one. And also a little hydrogen peroxide. Help it. I had one that rooted hard. It rooted so hard, it broke the rock wool. Just like literally overnight. Anyways, clones are fun. And then the next thing I want to tell you is something called neem seed meal. Neem seed meal smells like dog poop. Just imagine the worst dog shit you've ever smelled. That's what it smells like. And it's a pesticide and a fungicide, and it's also food. And it's where neem seed oil comes from. It's the oil from the meal. The meal is the leftover product. So you feed that to the plant to be a pesticide and a fungicide, and it really does work. I had a mold problem, not after that. And you can spray it on the bottom of the leaves too. You can use it during veg, and you can use it during flowering. Then the next thing I did was, well, if the ground is really tilled, that's good. Or containers like 20-gallon bags. The bigger the pot, the bigger the canopy. It's that simple. If you put them in 5-gallon buckets, you're going to have small plants. If you put them in if you put them in children's swimming pools, those plastic swimming pools that cost $20, those are good for growing weed. Even better is a burlap growing bag, I would say 2 foot high and 5 feet wide. It might be a 300-gallon bag. And then you put in a bunch of really good soil. Go buy some earthworms from the place where you go fishing. You get the worms for going fishing. And what gives the plants nutrition, and then you feed the plants. I fed them fish emulsion. So fish emulsion are fish parts from a fishery. It's fins, and it's just all the parts of the fish they don't sell, and they put it in a blender, and that also smells terrible. And when you feed it to your plant, the plant cannot uptake the fish emulsion. What happens is the bugs in the soil eat the fish emulsion, and it's the shit from the bugs that your plant can eat. So it's all about soil itself has critters, and it's the critters' poop that feeds your plants. So another one to feed your plants is sugar, like just straight up table sugar mixed with hot water. Dissolve it, pour it in there. The bugs love sugar. Molasses. You can buy chicken poop pellets. The worst thing about growing weed is discussing growing weed with other stoners. They're like, I heard you, Wayne. Let me tell you about the secret formula. And then they've got another secret formula. Everybody's got a secret formula. I bought this book that costs like 50 or 60 bucks. George somebody. Let me get the name of it. It's like the Bible. All color photos. It's great. The world has changed with LED lighting. Previously, a 1,000-watt high-pressure sodium would cost you like $500 a month in electricity. And now you can get the job done for 30 bucks with LED lights. Oh, here it is. Marijuana I'll just show you the picture of it. By George Cervantes. Cervantes. It's like 50 bucks. You probably get it used. Well, it's only 13 bucks now. Oh, did I pay 50? I don't know. So then, yeah, the fish emulsion's from a company called Alaska. And then Alaska, I got to show you the stick guide. Alaska also says the Bloom formula made from fish bones. Look at that guy. He's really loving the light up there. You just got a subscriber, King. Well, thanks, Jiggles. Very nice of you. In terms of what they own overseas, especially in Arizona, Saudi Arabia is #1 alfalfa grower in the world. That makes sense because of their horses, right? one of the big problems is getting your hay to town. You know, transportation's expensive. Whatever happened to Elon Musk's electric trucks? I had the thought the other day, why doesn't Caterpillar make electric caterpillars? And now they do. So imagine swappable battery packs. You could do some gold mining, and then those battery packs last like 4 or 5 hours, and just have a whole bunch of them charging under the sun. No more diesel expense. That's going to revolution. You know, diesel's really expensive. So imagine some excavators and stuff running on lithium-ion battery packs. That's super badass. And also, electric motors have instant torque. Not like an engine where you got to rev it up to get the torque. Electric motors have instant torque. So what I calculated is for alfalfa, I did all this math in Grok. It's $2,000 per acre, but that doesn't include getting it to town or the, you know, your equipment. And then you can get 2 cuttings per year, so you can make $4,000 an acre gross. That's not what you net. That's your gross income. The irrigation stuff, I bet you, is really expensive. It's like that aluminum piping on wheels, and it goes in a circle. Yeah, irrigation's expensive. Anyways, I love the idea of being a farmer. And I'm easily entertained. You know, here I am living in the desert alone. And I mean, I haven't lost my mind. I mean, I might have lost a piece of it, but not all of it. Mm-hmm. Well, I think I'm out of stuff to talk about. Yeah, I have no idea what's happening in the world. 4chan's been gone for 8 days, 9 days. Today I got my SSL set up, and I got my domain pointed to the my web host. I got the my database set up, the MySQL database. So now I got to just upload the 4chan software and then configure it. So I'll spend all day tomorrow configuring it, and then I'll be able to open BrightChan. I really hope that 4chan opens. I don't really want to run a chan, but I'll try. I don't think my chan will grow, but we'll see what happens. All right, friends, thanks for bouncing in. Somebody gave me some money, so thank you for the $2. First $2 I've made this month. All right, good night.